Hey guys, it's Mongolian Mindset, and today we are typing Ash.
Yeah,
Um, Ash, we'll just ask you questions. I guess you know how this goes down. You
yeah,
don't have to go into any drama, not drama, any trauma, anything like that. We'll just
yeah.
be asking you questions, and we'll use that to triangulate down on your personality type. Um,
Okay.
Ash, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Ash. Well, I go by Ash Montoya, which is my name. So I'm kind of a well, I am an internet personality because I make YouTube videos, very
Oh,
active online.
oh, really?
Have a bit of a kind of a following on Instagram, sort of, and I've a long time ago, I was actually a part of the YouTube MBTI community. I was actually one of the people that was on. I don't know if it's still like a big channel or not. I don't know if anybody remembers talking with famous people. Do you know that channel?
I think
Think so.
that isn't that the guy
Eric
with the,
Strauss. Eric Strauss.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Is he?
Yeah.
I think he's still
Yeah,
around.
ENTP guy. Um, yeah. So I wasn't like I made a few videos with him, but I was part of like his community a long
Mhm.
time ago, and I fell out of the MBTI community. I lost interest, and there was a lot of like weird drama, like some of the people I knew in that community. So I just fell out of it. I got tired of it, and
Mhm.
I moved on to other things, and I'm sort of interested in it again, kind of, not really, but uh I came across your videos. I thought they're um I've liked a lot of them, and so yeah, and I saw that you type people, and
Mhm.
yeah, so I was just like, screw it, I'm gonna just ask if I can be typed. So there you go.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Yeah, man, there is a lot of drama that gets in the MBTI community.
Oh yeah,
The
especially
weirdest,
back in the day.
the weirdest thing is most of this is like fucking. Most of the people are fucking nerds. They're fucking nerds.
Yes,
They're fucking
dude,
losers. Like,
all the
dude,
people, I'm actually, you're not. They're always like, I'm actually, you're not an ENTP, and blah 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 blah. They do stuff like that, and it's so annoying. And they're always wrong about their type themselves, and or there's like the weird people that are like socionics is more superior, and anybody that believes in MGI is stupid. There's those
crawling
people.
out of the casket. Like it's like
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. It's like I tell people it doesn't matter what your type is, the world will literally decide really who you really are. Because either
yeah,
you actually do
exactly.
something with your life or you fucking won't. Like that's the end.
Yep.
Like at the end of the day, like it doesn't matter. Like people like, oh, I'm an INTJ. Just because you're INTJ doesn't mean you're good. I've seen
Yeah.
ENTJs that are fucking working at a goddamn coffee, fucking being a damn server. Okay, I've seen
Yeah.
it all. Like it doesn't matter. I've seen ENTJs that are
Yeah.
retarded. Okay, it's like people just
Yeah.
think, oh, just because I'm a certain type, that's gonna guarantee a future. Or like some people just want the inclusion. Like they just want to be included in something. It's ridiculous. But that's my spiel on things.
Yeah, I've seen some like there's like the personality database and stuff like that, and where they type famous people and stuff. And whenever there's an INT someone that's typed as INTP that seems kind of stupid, the comments are always, they can't be an INTP because they're dumb. They can't be. It's
I
like, well, yeah,
mean,
they can.
I mean, you're not guaranteed to be like smart or intelligent just based off type.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
let's. So, what do you want to be remembered for?
What I remember for I think to uh um be kind of remembered for making uh I guess with the stuff I make either on YouTube or um the kind of just content or art or stuff like that on Instagram, or just different various things that people know me for in general. I don't know, leave like impact in an interesting way where people are like, oh, like I don't have to necessarily be, famous or anything like that, but like just a legacy, some kind of a legacy, or like that's kind of remembered for, like, oh yeah, like if I was like dead in the future and people remember me and like, oh yeah, he was a interesting guy or whatever, like, oh,
Mhm.
he did interesting things and blah blah blah. And that's kind of what I I guess want to be remembered for. As I don't have to be like profound. I don't have to change the world or world hunger, or I don't have to like do these like crazy humanitarian or like oh or anything like that massive scale, but just like at least small scale, like remember for being uh I guess interesting. I don't,
That's
yeah, yeah.
yeah. I mean, it is what it is, man.
I
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
um I see myself. It's a hard question because my life has been rapidly changing a lot lately. Like I've been going through so many like changes, whether it's relationships or moving or even things I want to do. Uh yeah, and all like also too lately I've been uh like I it does sound like I'm like feeding my own ego here, but like I lately I have been like getting somewhat more of a following and stuff, which is interesting because I've been making stuff either on YouTube or whatever. I've had an internet presence since like the past decade, and it's
Hmm.
just now I all of a sudden a lot of people
Hmm.
have been hitting me up, and even like uh uh no, I guess I'll say noteworthy people even
Hmm.
reach out, which is interesting to me because I mean, I have talked to some of those people in the past, but it's just interesting. Like now, people are kind of getting interest. But I see myself probably doing the same thing as I am now, but um, I'll probably be more either when it comes to the YouTube probably a bit bigger and probably I'll probably be more like financially stable and things like that, but mostly the same, but probably a bit more improved.
Hmm.
Especially since the past year I've been it's only like since the past year I've been like actually kind of getting on my shit or like trying to improve my life and stuff. So and things have been going good. So yeah, I so pretty much the same as now, but better, more
Hmm.
enhanced, I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think has been one of the biggest things that you've changed to make yourself better? Like,
Oh, the biggest thing I'll say is uh definitely uh I think it's pretty much applying myself. So like most of my life I've always been um not just like really not just lazy, but I never really like did like when I throughout my childhood or teen years or early 20s and things like that, I always like I was never like super. I had hobbies and stuff and friends and stuff, but I never was like super active. And it's in like I didn't have a lot of like ambition, or I had a lot of ambition. I've always had ideas and stuff, but I never like applied. I never did anything to
hmm.
put in the work or anything. I just and it's not till pretty much last year that I started applying myself and actually focusing more on the work aspect more than just oh I have all these ideas but like not doing anything with them, because before I was very spontaneous. It would only happen if I would, let's say I made a YouTube video or something, it's only when I felt like it. But now I'm kind of more if I have an idea right away I write it down or I schedule it or I do things like that so that it actually um comes into reality. And so uh yeah, that's the thing. I've heavily improved myself because it's not just that stuff, but it's also life things in general, like important things to do and stuff, like either like a just adult things like oh I have to go here and do this, because before like I would always like flake out and be like no I'm gonna push back. Let's say if I was like getting a job or something, I'm like nah I'm just gonna push it back. But now I've taught myself to like do things right away and as fast and efficiently as possible. I used to never have that, and so yeah, that's just something I've improved on.
Yeah. So, what do you think is a skill that you have that like separates you from other people?
Um, I think I have really good um I'm really good at reading people, and a lot of people. It's not until I got older I realized that majority of people uh don't really understand a lot like human nature and stuff, like even the most basic things, like because when I was younger I always assumed that there was people that even like, let's say when I was a kid, like adults, like, oh, they like understand everything. They get how relationships and like they understand like how blah blah blah. But then I got older, I was like, no, that's bullshit. There's people that are like 60 years old and don't even know how to actually like properly communicate with people, or can't even read a room or anything. And yeah, I think I'm really good at that because I'm really good at seeing people's hidden intentions and things like that, and more than other people. I always have this like power where like I can uh sense if somebody is either like like a bad person, especially like if, let's say, one of my friends dates a girl or something, and uh and I just get a gut feeling. I'm like, this person's not good for you. And they're always like, what are you talking about below? But then like 2 weeks later they break up or something. She does something really crazy. It happens all the time. I have like a superpower with it. Um and yeah, I'm gonna brag here too.
Go ahead, brother.
I'm good at I'm some reason. And it's funny because when I was younger, I was really bad. Like I had bad social anxiety. It's not till like late high school is when I got rid of my social anxiety, when I got a lot of friends and stuff. And so like my social skills and stuff was like an overnight thing. Um and like all of a sudden I became super like talkative and stuff. And I mean I was talkative, but I had like social anxiety and hangups and things that held me back. But well, I'm gonna brag here, but I'm like really good at like talking to women, or what the kids these days call rizzing, having riz. I'm really good at that. I'm gonna brag here, but yeah, I am like an absurd level. I because I never, when I was younger, I was like, oh yeah, like I had no confidence. Like girls don't like me. But when I got confidence and when I got my social skills improved and stuff, all of a sudden it was like overnight. And I guess I had it in me the whole time, but I never, it's again, it goes back to when I said like I didn't apply myself when I was younger and stuff. And
Mhm.
when I started applying myself, that's when I noticed like results of things. I think the whole women aspect is a part of it because I actually applied myself. I went out there and talked to women. And so when I actually go out and do the thing, I'm actually, getting results. And I found out I'm actually, good at things I never thought I was, because I didn't, when I was younger, I didn't do anything. So
Mhm.
of course I wasn't going to see results. And
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe it's like YouTube though, like YouTube
Oh yeah, no,
gets you
no.
a lot more
Because I've
confident.
done podcasts, I've interviewed people over the years, I've done things like strangers I never knew, like kind of like similar to this we're doing right now. I've done this so many times that especially I think too because I started when I was a teenager, so I think that kind of helped uh the aspect talking to strangers and things. And also that is a part, the YouTube is a part of
Yeah.
what got rid of my social anxiety when I was younger too.
Yeah,
Thanks
I've,
part of
I've
it.
noticed like from doing these and stuff, I like just like I know how to control conversations a lot
Yep.
better, especially when
Yeah.
I'm talking to people. Like if I'm out at a bar or something, like I have way more like control. Like if I'm talking to a woman or something, and they're like, "Oh, how do you know this stuff?" And it's just like kind of
Yeah, I know. No, I have the same exact experience.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it kind of just. I mean, you don't even notice it. You're just like doing something, then you just I don't know. You just got this skill, but really you were working on a skill that translated over. So it really happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it wasn't YouTube, what would you be doing?
Oh, well, here's the thing. When I created a YouTube channel, um, and still to this day, I don't think of my YouTube content as like I don't think of myself as making like content. Like I don't think of myself as a YouTuber. Like I make that's why like my YouTube videos. they've all been throughout the past decade like spontaneous, and I never like put really consistency in it. It's always when I vomit out, I just vomit out things. Uh there's I have such a variety of videos, like, I've done podcasts for a long time. I don't do them anymore, but podcasts and like from these type of videos, not personality type, but just this kind of format, to um music, to just a random sketch video, to whatever. Like I just make whatever I think of and I want to do in that moment. So I'm very spontaneous. So I don't think myself a YouTube like creator really. I mean, I am, but I'm not really. I'm not one of these people that are very consistent and
Mm-hmm.
has a niche they kind of follow and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. Like I have more. I guess think of myself more as like an artist, or because I make whatever I feel in that moment, and then I it doesn't matter what it is. And I've done other artistic things besides YouTube, or like I've done music, I've done graphic design, I've designed clothes, I've done a lot of things like that. So it's just YouTube's just an extension of that. Uh and so yeah, and so when I was younger, the only reason why I created a YouTube channel, I never wanted to be a YouTuber. I just created it because me and my cousins and friends and stuff, we made these like little like short films and stuff, and it was just an excuse to upload them, show them to people. And it's funny because when I created a YouTube channel, I didn't actually end up uploading those short films, but that's the only reason why I created a YouTube channel. I thought of myself as like a when I was younger, I was like, oh, I want to make movies and stuff. And so I was like, well, how can I show them to people? Like, I was like, oh, YouTube, yeah, that's where you show them. And that's the only reason I created a YouTube channel. Like, I didn't plan on being a YouTuber. I didn't plan on doing anything like this. I mean, these type of videos didn't even really exist back then, but I didn't really, I didn't really want to be a YouTuber. I just did it, create a channel, an excuse to show off my short films, which I ended up doing a long time ago, but I haven't made a short film in a long time. And especially those short films, they're just like goofy videos
Mm-hmm.
me and my cousins and stuff did a long time ago. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
what do you think is something that uh you want to be? We kind of already know that.
Yeah.
What is it? What's something you do outside of like content, like anything? Like, do you play any sports? Do you
Um I I I'm kind of getting back into it. I was really obsessed with running last year. Like obsessed with, like and so that's I've never played sports or anything like that, but that's like the athletic thing or sort of athletic thing I was into. Uh Besides YouTube, yeah, and it's kind of a funny thing, like even like I'm talking about YouTube and stuff like that. I also like think of YouTube and all that stuff as, I don't think of it, I don't really like, it's just also like another thing I do in the day. Like I don't everything I do in a day is just like, I don't make everything like one thing my entire personality and my entire
Mhm.
identity. Like there's people like, I'm into cars, and like that's, I don't.
Yeah, I
Can
can't
you
hear
hear
you.
me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Um and so I don't have one thing as my entire personality. Like I just do that. I just wake up and I have either things I need to do or things I like to do. I try to be as uh I try to be as like
Like water.
free, or like in the moment as possible. Like I wake up, I'm like, oh, what do I want to do? I want to do this, either hang out with friends, or I want to do this YouTube video today, or I want to like I go out and do things a lot. But I guess specific things, that's why it's hard, because I don't think of anything I do is like hobbies really, even though they technically are. Uh let's see. I watch a lot of movies. Like I'm actually a cinephile. I write movie reviews and stuff, but that's probably kind of part of the content
Mhm.
aspect. I was into running. Um, let's see, with friends, talking to women, drinking. Um, let's see. I like going random places that I've never been before just to explore either nature like like I like to go in like city and I don't know, explore places I've never been to. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of I because I never think of it, that's what I was saying. It's hard. I don't make anything identity. I don't think of like, oh, these things are my hobbies. I just
Mhm.
do things throughout the day. Like, I don't think about really what I'm doing. I just kind of like do it. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, um. So you don't ever feel like YouTube's kind of like like a slave factory, man? They almost like make you a slave, man.
I
Like,
mean,
'cause you gotta keep uploading, and you gotta keep doing this, and
I don't care. I just upload whenever. I don't I've always done that, so I never made YouTube for like attention or like money.
Mhm.
I just did it just because I thought because it entertains me and I like seeing my stuff uploaded online and then also or just seen in the public and it's probably because I have a huge ego also is but I like seeing my name in print and things like that. Like that's the only reason. Like and it's also to like connect with other people and stuff that have similar interests. Like I could have till the day I die, I could have like keep doing this stuff and keep making connections with like people that have similar interests and never be famous and I'll be like okay, I'll be fine. Like some people they have to like they have to be rich, they have to be have this amount of views in this by 2024.
Mhm.
I don't think about that. I just you know just
Yeah, you're just on a journey, man.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, hardcore.
yeah.
Yeah. What do you Let's see. If you were to go to jail for anything, what would it be and why?
If I were to go to jail, let's see. Um, I've never been arrested, but I do live life on the edge sometimes. Um, if I were to go to jail, uh, it's probably be, I don't know, it's probably be, even though I don't do it, I mean, I have done it, but I don't like do it off. I don't really ever do it. I've only done it once on the blue moon. It'd probably be like drunk and disorderly in public. That would
Mhm.
probably be the most likely thing. I don't know. Probably the most likely. I don't. Uh, yeah, probably something like that.
Yeah.
Probably, or it wouldn't be like something major.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, probably drunk disorderly or like maybe um because I don't know something like that maybe
Mhm.
I don't know maybe
If you
stealing
let's
I don't
say
know.
there's a lot of people that suck with like going up and talking to girls. How would you help them?
Well, this is what I'll say is um well first off humor is the best way to talk to with any women but also you have to be and this is why I learned with not just women but everything in life you have to be detached. You have to have a goal, but you have to be detached from the outcome. As in, you can't worry about the outcome at all. You have to be in love with failure. So if the conversation with the girl ends up being awkward or you get rejected or whatever, you have to embrace that and thrive with that. You have to learn to like love failures in life and yeah. And the reason I'm good at it is because I don't really have like shame, and I just I like doing risky things, and so that's why I'm kind of good at it because I don't care. Like I've been like turned down so many times, and I mean I've had um successes, but I don't really care at
Mm.
all. But a lot of people don't have that, so it's really hard for them to conceptualize. But I'll just have to say be detached from the outcome and be funny and um also too like if you're let's say you're on an actual date or whatever, I would say too like don't be well don't be boring, but also uh be have something unique. It doesn't even have to be something extraordinary, but something that's kind of interesting and like like I see a lot of guys like that flirt with girls and it's just kind of awkward. It's just there's nothing everything's very like it almost seems robotic or
Mhm.
uh their jokes like everything's not original and uh yeah, and so you have to avoid that as much as possible. And it can be hard for some people. It's natural more for some, but I'll just have to say be interesting and funny as much as possible, but don't be also too don't be a try hard. Don't like all of a sudden go in Chad mode, like act like if don't act like a bad boy if you're not a bad boy. Don't like
Mhm.
go like yeah, like talk a certain way. Like it's just cringe and women can sense it and yeah, don't do that. And so uh I'll say be yourself, but sometimes that's not good advice because some people are um it should not be themselves. And so yeah, I will say just at least be somewhat funny and interesting. You don't have to be the most interesting person in the world, the funniest person, the greatest person, or the most successful person, but just be like intriguing. That's all it is. Intrigue is
Mhm.
the key. And there's a lot of guys that are like, I can't date a girl because I've heard this the other day. I'm not gonna say who. It's one of my friends they said, like, "Oh, I was like, yeah, I shouldn't be dating right now because, like my he's talking about his finances," and I'm like, just do it anyways. Like, who cares? Like, I I'm like I'm in like limbo right now when it comes to like finances and things like that. I'm doing fine, but like I'm on limbo mode. I'm on the edge right now. Like anything can like happen, and like I need a new job and things like that. I could like go broke in a short amount of time next few months. But I still talk to even when I'm still like that. I still talk to the women. I
Mhm.
don't care about any of that. Like status is never meaning anything to me. And I've always gotten girl. It's funny. I've always gotten girls at like my lowest when it comes to like all my either finances, fuck, even though I don't have mental health problems anymore, but like when I had bad mental health problems, I always got that's when I got the most girls
Mm.
at my lowest actually. People always like I get always my highest. It's
Mhm.
like I always got them at my lowest because here's the thing. I attract uh like kind of messed up not messed up girls as in like the crazy girlfriend type, even though I have attracted that, but I'm only into like weird fringe like kind of like artsy girls or like weird
Mhm.
so they all have like issues and stuff and I'm into like very like quiet girls and I like all these women are attractive, they're beautiful, but none of them are they're not they're not like who's a conventionally attractive woman Bella Hadid or whatever. I don't
Mhm.
know. They're none of those. They're not like that. They're all kind of there's always something off about them or some weird ethnicity or something, and I'm really attracted to that. And so, and yeah, they're always like weird fringe kind of girls, and um, so when I'm at my lowest, I always attract them because they're always at their lowest, and so yeah, I don't like conventionally attractive women really, or I mean they're attractive, but I don't really like
Mhm.
them. They're kind of boring to me. They're all boring looking, uh, and so I forgot what the question was. I just started talking about my taste
Yeah,
in
I
girls.
was saying like, what would be your advice to somebody who wants to, start dating or get out there? Well, since you got over your
Oh,
social
okay. So what I
anxiety.
was getting at was, even though I was at my lowest, I still got girl. You can get girl at any point. There's prisoners that you get girls. Like it doesn't matter. You could be the worst human being ever and still get chick. It just doesn't. I'm just telling these guys it doesn't matter at all. What circumstance you're in.
I think it might be your personality type, man. Your personality type, I've noticed, does actually pretty well with just being able to talk and with women and stuff like that. I've just noticed
Yeah,
that. Shelly,
yeah.
you ready?
I can't hear. Your mic's off.
I think she's muted or
Sorry,
something.
yeah. Yes,
Yeah, you want to go for it or you want me to go for it?
you go for it.
All right, man. So basically, man, you're informative, obviously. Your journey focus, obviously. That like you said, you gotta be detached from the outcome. You gotta be in love with failure. That's all journey focus shit. Even when you first started and you got into everything, it's like, dude, you're around for the journey. So with
Yeah,
that being said, that would make you a starter type. And obviously, you talked about your inconsistency with like staying consistent with shit.
yeah,
So that would make you a starter. You are also you don't have shame. You don't have shame.
yeah.
So that would be shame is usually attached to FI. So people that have high FI generally will have shame. Like
Okay.
you can shame them.
Yeah,
For people like you have to guilt you. Like they have to go to
yeah,
guilting you. So that
yeah.
means you're a TIFE user, obviously.
Mm,
With that being said, that would make isfj an entp, and you're obviously pragmatic. So, and you talked about the best way of doing things, your ideas and everything. So you're an entp, man. Um,
yeah.
what did you have your type as?
Yeah. I never really knew exactly what my type was, but I was typed as an ENTP a long time ago, and I was typed as an ENFP for quite a while.
Yeah, yeah, entp, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, you don't really care about status.
I
You
always assumed that was like one of my most likely types. One of my most
just,
likely. I was never like for sure, but yeah,
yeah. I mean, you don't really care about status. You don't really care about achievements. You don't really care about that. Like, you just don't give a fuck about that shit. And I mean, you could shame the shit out of an ENFP, you know. So
yeah,
yeah, ENTP, man. I mean, ENTPs generally are pretty good with women, man. Just being honest. My brother is fucking way better than me with women. He's an ENTP. My buddy Kyle, he's an ENTP. He slays with women too. It's like I don't know what it is, but women just love ENTPs, man.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's like something alluring about ENTPs that just pulls women to them. I don't know what it is, man. It's crazy.
yeah,
Um, but it was a pleasure to type you, man. Hope to see you around.
yeah.
What's your YouTube channel?
It's Pyro Hork Empire.
Iroh
Hork Empire.
Empire. Check it out.
Pyroarch is just it's a word I made up in high school. I don't even know where it comes from. It's one of those I made in art. I just
Mhm,
drew it on everything or wrote it on everything.
mhm.
I don't know. I used to do things like that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
man. I'm gonna check it out, man. I'm
yeah,
interested to see what you do, man. But it's
yeah,
been a pleasure, brother. I hope to see you around.
yeah. No, I had fun.
All right, brother. Take it easy, man.
All right, see ya.